wishing you all a happy International Youth Day 2020. August 12th is celebrated as International Youth Day every year, and theme of this year is Youth Engagement for Global Action. We have a powerful potential in youth, and we have courage to change our old practices so that we may direct our power towards good. Future depends on what we do today, and youth engagement for global action is the need of the hour. Climate change is a topic of global concern that requires global action. Let's hear what youth activists around the globe have to say about climate action.
Hi, my name is Philbert Aganyo from Nairobi, Kenya. I'm a development consultant and also climate change practitioner and program officer. I'm based in Nairobi, Kenya. First things first, what is climate change? These are the variations in the average weather conditions. We're talking about rainfall or temperature and how these occur in a particular region over a duration of time. We're talking about maybe a decade, long periods of time. What are some of the evidences that we have of climate change? We look at 20 years ago, the world was not as warm as it is today, and we have those facts. Rising sea levels. Now, in the year 2014, the global sea level was about 2.6 inches above the 1993 average. This is public information that you can always get with your internet search. Also, we're looking at extreme climate events like flooding, catastrophes attributed to high temperatures, famines. We also have food insecurity. When there are irregular weather patterns, you cannot really predict how a particular season you're going to get your harvest or how the crops are going to perform. So in every sphere of life, there is going to be a climate scenario that is going to affect how we live and even how we relate. Now, to a young person, to the youth of this world, what is our place in the fight for climate change? It's not really a fight for climate change. We are simply raising awareness or raising our voices so that we can be heard and so that something can be done by our global leaders to avert the ever increasing risks of climate change. And some of those we've already seen. Uh, During the coronavirus pandemic, for example, I can only imagine how health systems would be impaired if a natural catastrophe would occur as a result of climate change, for example. And so, again, we have to look at how can we relate climate change to our day-to-day occurrences and our lives. Now, the place for young people is to play an active role in pressing our governments to take action and to do something about our protection. Now, also one other thing that you can do is to monitor how you consume, monitor your consumption. As a person, how much do you consume? And how much do we compel the factors of economy to produce in order to accommodate the kind of consumption that we're seeing? For example, how can we limit our use on fossil fuels? Because when these emissions go into the environment, there is a lot of carbon dioxide in the environment, and because of deforestation, we have destroyed our forests. That has led to a significant reduction in it's like the forests are like the lungs of the world. They absorb a lot of carbon dioxide and produce oxygen as a result that make life bearable. And so at every point, at every stage, there is something that you as a young person can do. My take and my ask of you today is to simply play an active role in environmental conservation and protection. And let's together work to ensure that we achieve the global targets that have been set for us for climate change, for climate action. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Bea, Climate Educates Director for Education and Advocacy. I have also been trained in climate reality together with the founders of Climate Educate back in 2016. I have always been an environmental advocate since I was young because my family just cared about our impacts on the environment to the point that we only buy what we need. We don't waste as much as we can, especially in food, and we just keep reusing things until it's broken. And best is that we just love the living beings around us, like my mother who loves her plants and I who have rescued animals since I was 7. So that's street cats, abandoned dogs in our neighborhoods, and injured bird. I always wanted to make it a point that whatever I do in life would directly contribute to the betterment of our planet. When I studied architecture, which is seemingly a destructive industry, I learned there that conventional practices now has a sustainable counterpart. And through my professors, I was able to learn about climate reality and several other advocacies, which I learned from, and I also met many leaders, which whom I collaborated with on several events, like tree planting events, which I have contributed about 1,000 native trees in our watersheds and in our mountains, and I've also conducted climate change awareness campaigns, youth strike, and these management of our organization. So please, as a young leader, we really have to step up because we have more energy. We are the ones who are going to inherit whatever our leaders are doing right now in our planet. So may it be better or for worse. So let's just call for action, call for prioritization of saving whatever we have left, and that we will be the future leaders of whatever they're going to leave behind. So we have to do something. We have to learn now. We have to, if you know anyone or anything in your localities, please do and reach out and give more awareness to more people, especially those who are around you. And yes, let's hope for a better planet, hope for a better future, and let's do it from the bottom of our hearts. We just have to really care about our planet. We just really have to care about what we are going to give in this wonderful planet that we have right now.
Namaste. My name is Sagar Koirala. I am based in Itari, one of the eastern city of Nepal. I have been involved in various climate related activities and I will like to call myself youth as well as climate activist. I have been involved in various climate related organizations and platforms in the past. Currently, I am involved in Tunja Eco Generation, which is a CSR project of UNEP and Samsung Engineering. Through Tunja Eco Generation, I am working in several climate related issues and through several projects. I am regional ambassador of Nepal for Tunja Eco Generation. Today's youth should be involved in climate related issues because our earth is facing adverse effect due to climate change. We are in the risk of food insecurity. Our glaciers are melting. There could be flood at any time. Being a mountainous country, Nepal is also in a fragile condition. So today's youth should take necessary steps and act for preventing climate change. So today's youth must involve in climate action. Thank you.
Greetings. My name is Paul Okoth from Kenya, and I was honored to be awarded the 2019 Hidden Eco Hero Award by Tunza Eco Generation. It was such a blessing because my efforts were valued. I was recognized by an organization as I've been volunteering for in the past one year. I was recommended by a friend, went through voting, and I emerged a winner. I was very happy, and I'll continue with my efforts and projects of preserving and conserving the environment, including market cleanup activities and tree planting. I want to encourage the youth to conserve the environment because their lives and their health are adversely affected by pollution, which makes the environment and conducive for habitation. The youth have the energy, they have the will, and they have the power to conserve the earth without even requesting for resources. It's about motivation of what you want to achieve. Let's make the environment our first priority because it's our habitation. That's why we live, that's why we work, and that's why we get clean air to breathe. The youth should be encouraged to protect and preserve the environment by all means and with their life. About climate change has affected each one of us adversely. Let's take example of the coronaviruses, which including the SARS-CoV-2 and the recently pandemic of SARS-CoV-19. Many of them are attributed to the encroachment of human beings to the environment. There is war between human beings and wildlife, where people want to encroach even the zones where wildlife live, thereby there is sort of infection. The most known is the infection of Ebola, the virus, to human beings, which is also attributed to the encroachment of mankind to the habitat of wildlife. This is our chance to reclaim ourselves. Let's protect the environment by all means. Thank you.
Is already a major global crisis we are facing, and the impacts will increase if we continue our same old practices. We are already experiencing consequences in agriculture, food security, extreme climatic events like flood, and many more. The temperature will rise much higher, extinction of species will occur, and even there is a threat of mass extinction of living organisms in future. Youth have a special concern and responsibility for saving the environment, and climate action is the need of current hour. We all have a hidden eco-hero inside us, and our activities of planting a tree, reuse and recycle, reducing carbon footprint is important for climate action. We must make the responsible bodies and leaders to implement strong policy and act responsibly. We should raise our voice for climate action together. Let's make a place this International Youth Day for togetherness and engagement for climate action.